Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, I for Iles Official. And in today's class, we are going to discuss about self-pity. So, without wasting any time further, let's start the class. So, most of the students who are watching this video, I think, might already be knowing that self-pity stands for Canadian English Language Proficiency Index Program. This test is only for Canada, and this is only for general training students of IELTS, like who wants to go for a permanent residency, for a work permit. Instead of study visa, everything else, all the other purposes, can be served by this CELPIP. So many students do not know about it, and they only fall for IELTS. Now, in IELTS, there are many problems which are faced by many students. Major constraint, especially students who are not very fluent in English, who are having a fear of interview, they are not able to pass the speaking test, or they are able to pass but they are not able to get a very good score in speaking, but they might get a good score in listening and reading, but this affects their overall performance and their overall band score comes down. So for them, CELPIP is a very good alternative because this is completely computer delivered, right? So in this test, you guys don't need to go anywhere for your speaking test. Speaking test will also be on the computer. There will be no person who will be assessing you or who will be standing before you. Everything that you speak on a computer delivered self test, that is available on the computer recording, and the examiner will assess you on the basis of that only. So that is a huge relief for people who really have a scare of sitting before somebody and talking. So they can opt for this test. So one feature, as I have already told you guys, that this is computer delivered and totally computer delivered, even speaking, but it is not available in a paper-based variant. So if you are not having any problem with using computer, I think you can take this test. A very big relief is that it is done in just one sitting, and it includes features such as personal timer, word counter, and spell check. Now, these are the features like timer, word counter that even in IELTS also are available. But spell check, this is a unique feature for self-pip. Most of us do typos, typing errors, and IELTS will cut the marks before for every spelling error. But here, if you make any spelling mistake, then you will be informed by a red underline, and you will get to know that here I have written this spelling wrong, but you will not get any suggestion to correct it. So that depends on your own language grip and knowledge. But still, I think it is a great function. You will get the results online and very quickly, okay, within 4 to 5 calendar days. And the booking is also very easy. You don't have to wait like IELTS, especially paper-based test. You will not get any. You will not get any preference in paper-based test. Many of the students are getting paper-based test instead of computer-based, so there is a lot of issue in getting your desired grades. But in self-pip, this is not so. You just have to check that this is available in your city. Single test sitting. This is taken in a single 3-hour sitting. with no separate speaking test. As I have already told you, this is a 3-hour test. That means only in 3 hours, your listening, speaking, reading, writing, all the four modules will be done. There is only one accent. Most of the students are having problem with accents. So there is only one accent, that is North American accent, and it is very easy to understand. Vocabulary is also taken from everyday situations. So this is not something superficial. This is something that we do in our daily lives also. Now this is the format. The test starts with the listening test. You will listen to passages and answer questions. Then comes the reading test, which is 47 to 55 minutes long. You will read the passages and answer the questions. Then comes writing. It is 55 to 60 minutes long. You will respond to questions with written answers. There are only 2 questions in writing. And then there is speaking. So it will be over in 15 to 20 minutes. You have to reply to on-screen prompts verbally. Components of a self-pip test. Firstly, listening. The number of questions will be different in every section. So I will bifurcate it section by section. So firstly, there will be a practice task, which is unscored, but it is very important for you to attempt. So you can check that your mic is working properly and you are able to adjust your volume, and you will be getting a separate system and a headphone. Okay, most of the times my students keep on telling me that, ma'am, we were not given a personal headset, especially in paper delivered test. So they just have to listen to listening test, that too without any headphones. That becomes really very difficult. So here you don't have to worry about that. You have a separate headphone. Then there is a part 1. The test starts from here, listening to problem solving. There will be 2 people talking. One will be having the problem and one will be having the solution. And you have to answer 8 questions out of that. Part 2 is listening to a daily life conversation. This is also very easy, related to your day-to-day life. So this will be having 5 questions in total. Part 3 is listening for information. There is some information given, so you have to listen to that information and you have to answer the questions. Part 4 is listening to a news item. There will be a news item and you have to listen to that and answer 5 questions out of that. Part 5 is listening to a discussion. Okay, so this is a little bit challenging, and here you have to listen to a discussion and then you have to answer. Part 6 is listening to viewpoints. There are more than 2 people, they have different viewpoints, so you have to listen for those viewpoints. Number of questions is 6 here. Reading, there are total 4 sections. It again starts with a practice task, which is unscored. There is only 1 question which is unscored. So part 1 starts with the reading correspondence. You have to read an email and you have to answer. You have to give answers according to that. And then in the end, there are some questions which are the reply of that email, and you have to answer those questions. So it is divided in 2 parts, and the total 11 questions are there, which are very easy. You can easily answer them. Second one is reading to apply a diagram. You will be given a diagram related to any situation. You have to compare various transportations, means, or you have to compare 2 or 3 houses which you want to rent. Everyday situations. So you have to apply the diagram and answer 8 questions. Then you have to read for information. You have to read something, get information, and answer 9 questions. Then you have to read for viewpoints. You have to answer 10 questions in that. So overall, you will not find it very difficult, and you can easily answer these questions. Then it is the writing test. where it is divided in two parts only, but these two parts are equal. Unlike IELTS, nothing is having less weightage than the other. These two are having equal weightage. So, firstly, you have to write an email. Number of questions is 1. You have to write an email. Second task is responding to survey questions. The number of questions is again 1. There is a printing mistake. So, one question is you have to write an email, and the second one is you have to respond to survey questions. There will be two options given, option 1, option 2. You have to select one option and you have to speak in write in favor of that option. Then comes the speaking, which is the last module of the subject test, and it is having 8 tasks. Every task is having only one question. So it also starts with the practice task, which is unscored. You will not get any score even if you answer this question or you do not answer, but still I will say that you please attempt this question, and it gives you a little break also from one section to another. So task 1 is giving advice. You have to give advice to somebody, and you will be in that position of giving advice. For example, somebody wants to get a summer job, a part-time job. They want to get a course in the university, and you have to give advice according to your knowledge. Task 2 is talking about a personal experience, where you have to tell about something which you have experienced personally. Task 3 is describing a scene. You will get a picture and you have to describe what is happening in that picture. Task 4 is just the same picture you will get for task 3, and you have to make predictions what is going to happen next. Next task is comparing and persuading. You have to compare two things and you have to compel a person to answer, to purchase something, to go to for this course or anything like that. You have to compare and you have to persuade somebody. And this task is actually divided in two parts. Part 1, where you have to only compare, no speaking, and then part 2, where you have to speak as well. Task 6 is dealing with the difficult situation. You will be getting a very difficult situation. For example, your boss is asking for something and your mother is in a very serious condition, like both of the situations where you need to be present, but you have to choose one. Expressing opinion, you have to give your opinion on something. Describing an unusual situation. Now this is again a picture like task 3 and 4, but this picture will be very weird, unusual. You must not have seen it before. So the idea is that you have to play with vocabulary here. So these are all the tasks that you will get in your speaking test. Guys, if you need any guidance in IELTS or in CELPIP, then I am there. I also have a website, www.iforeice.com. This is the website. You can check over here. You can see my phone number. You can see the courses here. You can also see the real student testimonies who have got a very good score, above 7.5, and even more than 7 in writing, right? So you have anything to say, you can say in the comments, or you can directly call me, you can WhatsApp me, and all the videos that I post on YouTube are also available on this website. So you can go and check it out, and I hope to come back again with a new video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please like it. Please hit the subscribe button, subscribe to my channel, so that when I post a new video, then you will get notified, and please press the bell icon also. Have a good day. Bye bye. See you in the next video.